stop, or do you want to delay sending it back just yet?
Yeah, maybe. I'm discussing it with the party.
All right.
That sounds reasonable, yeah. Well, let's sneak in. I don't think we really necessarily need a plan. We just sort of stay low, maybe.
All right. So you're kind of trying to move in under the cover of night.
That sounds smart, yeah.
Does anyone have nature knowledge?
The other survival skill we lack.
Okay. So
We lack the major 3 skills that we did not think of needing.
This is it's not that kind of group. All right, so you're moving into this area under the cover of night. Give me stealth checks with advantage.
To be the sneakiest motherfucker alive.
That's what this group does well. Stealth checks.
With advantage, you said?
Yeah,
Oh, whoops. I didn't roll with advantage. Should I roll again?
sure.
How do you change from advantage?
So your sheet should have a button on the page that says like advantage. You can also just set it to roll 2 numbers every roll. That's
You did roll 2, so you got a 12.
That is...
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a disadvantage roll because of heavy armor, so it should
You just take
take
the
the
first
12
one.
because of... Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you roll 2 numbers, like you can know which one you should be taking or not taking depending on your whatever your status is.
Because I also have heavy armor as well, so I just rolled a normal roll.
Yeah, and if you have neither, then you just take the first number that comes up. All right, let me set the map here real quick. Make sure this is correct. All right, so you should see yourself coming in at the bottom. It's nightfall, so you don't have much visibility. There is some moonlight, though. So let's see. You can probably see maybe 1,000 feet-ish. So you're kind of coming in. You would notice that as you enter this area from the south, there are plains all around, long grass again. But there is a section that looks like it's been tamped down, most likely because a lot of creatures have been walking over it. So there is sort of a natural path, which is represented by this dotted line. You see mountains far in the distance up here. Each of these squares is about 1,000 feet. So which direction do you want to move in? Also, the farmer says, we're getting very close now. I think I should wait here.
That seems smart.
Alright, well, be your guest.
I think we should stay together and loop around in a big circle and see if we can get a scouting position from a high vantage. Maybe around the mountains somewhere.
Alright, so you're telling the farmer he should stay with the group?
Yeah.
He seems nervous. Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
I mean, you're safer with us.
I suppose you're right. I feel strange going back into that horrible place, but all right, I'll stay with you.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of staying on a well-worked path either. We should probably take a different angle if we are going to move in. So, moving left or right?
So
Or
do you have
Definitely.
east and west?
I assume you don't have any light sources right now, right?
No.
All right. Can any of you not see in the dark?
Would be me.
Yeah, I
well.
can't.
So you definitely would be slowed right now, as the moonlight does provide some sight, but it's hard to see, so it would be a little bit hard to navigate. And those who can't see in the dark have very limited vision right now. You just see like kind of shapes in the distance in the night sky with the moonlight coming down.
So I guess it's up to Scurry and I.
Well, you can all still move, like you're not stuck, but it's just harder to navigate
Slower.
at night. Yeah.
If I were to light 4 candles, do you think that would alert?
It would make
Definitely
Yeah,
don't want
enemy.
any light here.
Yeah, it would make
Alright.
you very visible, like for for miles, like light travel. So,
Yeah. All right then.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
Well, no use slowing down Scurry and Zequine, so they should probably maybe scout ahead, but just keep looping back to us while we move.
All right. So you're
Definitely
gonna,
one of us should be staying with the group, otherwise you guys could be ambushed from behind and not even know it.
That is true.
all right. So you want to send a scout out to take a look around? Is that the plan? Or what do you all want to do? Oh, did I lose my... Uh-oh. What happened? Alright, let's try to restart that. What is going on with my Discord? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, anyone? No, I can't hear anyone just yet. Make sure you hit reconnect after you set things up. And then try. Oh, and also make sure it's using your correct audio source. Because I think you do have to... Oh, I think I hear someone.
Me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear Tal and Nalo right now.
I hear you, DM.
Alright, excellent. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my Discord. It's really weird. It just kicked me out and said we're looking into issues with people sending messages and streaming. That's really... But it's weird that all of you are still on there. But yeah, no, I can hear you just fine.
I don't hear Nello. I think I only hear you.
So far... did you hit reconnect?
Yes.
Yeah, this is why I hate the Roll20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I'm echoing.
What's going on? Test. Huh. Why am I hearing myself? Alright, that's not good. Test, 1, 2, 3.
Hello. Okay, I'm back. A bit funky.
Test. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I hear you.
Scary.
Yeah, so it's working for me now.
I think it's looking for Tal as well.
Yeah. Hi.
He's a bit sus.
Hello?
Hello.
Alright, I think I figured out why it was echoing. I was talking through both the stream and the DM, but do we have everyone now? We got Scurry, we got, do we have Zerx and Zequine? This is so weird. I don't know why my Discord just suddenly went down. Are you there, Zerx? Sounds like someone's eating.
Sorry about that. That is me.
Oh, that's you. Okay. All right. Well, I guess let me try to go on with you guys hearing, and we can troubleshoot it later. I don't want to, if I can keep everything going, as long as you guys are hearing me. I think that's the most important thing right away. And yeah, hopefully my Discord just comes back online at some point. All right. So, which way do you? Or go ahead.
Have you tried to just fully close Discord with Task Manager? Sometimes that
Oh yeah,
helps.
no, I've closed it and opened it several
Yeah.
times. It just says like general API and session issue. We're looking into issues with people sending messages, logging in, streaming videos. It's just loading over and over. So
It might be beneficial if we all leave as well, and then you join the call by yourself, and then we try to rejoin you after.
oh well, I can't even get into Discord. Like I'm
Oh, it's just it is.
totally
I see. I see. I
yeah.
see.
I'm
Okay.
just locked out right now. I've never seen this happen before. It's really weird. Like I was talking to you guys, everything was fine. Then this just came up.
Oh.
But anyway, it's fine. If it comes back up, we'll just work with it. I don't want to take too much time on troubleshooting that if we don't have to. So yeah, we'll yeah. I think I'm running it on admin mode. That's a good point. Let me try admin mode because I actually don't know if I am running it as an admin, but I don't know why that would matter. Let's see. Run as admin. I do know that sometimes fixes things. Because I think I used to be running as an admin. Nope, still same thing. API and session issues. All right. So, yeah, I mean, and if Zerx and Zach want to troubleshoot for their voice, maybe they can figure that out, and we'll just do this as a temporary thing. So, yeah, which direction do you all want to go in?
We were heading west.
All right,
That was
just
the
straight
plan.
west.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
off the
sort of
path.
gonna circle around if we can.
All right. Oh,
Yeah,
actually, so you had mentioned you were sending someone a scout. Are you still doing that, or are you all going?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Equine ahead, and Scurry will stay with the party.
We did
Okay.
do it the other way around. But that's fine with me as well.
So,
Oh, whoopsie. Okay.
Scurry is scouting.
Yeah.
All right. So, give me a stealth check as you're moving through the
Okay.
grass. It's pretty late right now. It's probably around 11, so it's very dark out.
Normal or advantage?
Probably advantage.
Natural 20.
All right, so you aren't seeing much at first. You get to about this point here, and you see lights coming from the north up here. Something looks like maybe a torchlight or some kind of candlelight. There's some kind of light up there. What do you want to do?
As the scout, I'd like to signal to the group that there's stuff that way and get closer and see if I can get a better view.
Well, I think the group is pretty far away from you at this point because they were back here. Or when you said scout, did you mean you were just sending him ahead a little?
Just ahead a little, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you do a signal back to the group that you see something, and what are you gonna do? Sorry.
I'm gonna try and get closer, see if I can get a better view of what's going on there.
All right. So is the group coming with you up here?
We will hang farther back now that he's signaled to us. We don't want to alert anything that we can't see.
All right. So as you get up here, you see something. It looks like some hills. And now that you can see better, there are a group of hobgoblins moving across the hills up here. It looks like they're keeping an eye out. They're not being stealthy, that's for sure. What is your perception? Your passive perception.
12, sorry.
12? All right. So it's kind of hard to see in the darkness. They are lit up a bit, and you notice one of them has a horn around his neck. There are about 7 of them moving over the hills. They look like some kind of patrol.
You did say they had torches, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So far, they have not seen you, and they're kind of moving through this area.
I will go towards the party and tell them what I've seen. Patrol 7 hobgoblins with a horn around one's got a horn around their neck,
All right, so
presumably for being able to call reinforcements.
All right, so you head back to the party and tell them what you saw. What do you all want to do?
say we continue with the plan and circle around. See if we can get a better angle to approach.
All right, so continue west.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any ideas? I'd love to take those guys out, but I'm sounding the alarm with their horn.
At this point, they're probably over here. You would see them moving away.
Though they are clearly patrolling this one road here, what we could do is lay an ambush, wait for them to come by again, or the next party, take out the horn guy, and then take out the rest.
I like that idea. It is also a bit risky. There potentially is another option too if the camps are not nearly as well organized. Maybe if the horn guy managed to get a call out, then they would certainly know that we're here, and that could cause issues. But maybe if we were to attack the camp straight away, although we are doing like Renaissance right now.
Renaissance?
Fucking
We're doing the Renaissance?
Renaissance.
Reconnaissance.
Renaissance,
Yeah,
dude.
I got you.
I like music. It's just my bard is calling out to me, dude. My inner
We are
bard.
rediscovering Greek architecture
we're-
and culture.
It's an exciting time. I know what you meant. Yeah, reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Alright, very well. I'll continue to see if I can spot anything else. And I do have to go to the bathroom, so feel free to move my character around and stuff for that.
All right.
Like cinnamon boys.
So are we going more towards where the patrol was, or are you staying back here, safe distance to the south and heading west?
Let's go west. The patrol will come back eventually if we want to kill them then.
All right. So you're continuing west, kind of along the edge of the map here. So it's pretty quiet out here. You're a good distance away and in the dark, so you're not actually in much danger. Give me a d20 roll. All right. So as you're moving, what is? Does anyone have a passive perception around 15?
Yes, but I don't have dark vision.
Okay. So you hear something coming from up ahead. It sounds like a bunch of movement in the grass. And actually, since you're kind of out scouting, what is your passive perception?
Let's wait for him to get back from the bathroom.
Oh, right, you went to the bathroom.
I'm
Curses.
fine waiting.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
What is your passive perception?
12.
All right. So as you're moving through the grass, you hear something moving up ahead as the grass is stirring. But it's hard to see what it is.
How far away do we know? Can I tell?
So how far was your scout from the group? Like, how far ahead were you?
I honestly I don't know feet that well, so I have no clue what a decent distance would be.
Well, I think it's 3 feet to a yard, right? About.
I don't know
Or,
what a yard is either. That's American too.
Right. What's the metric conversion? Let me look it up really quick.
Far enough to where
Right.
even if I get spotted, my party just wouldn't. They're far
Right.
enough.
Oh, wait.
Something feet is a meter.
Oh yeah, 3 feet to a meter. That's what I meant to say, not yard. Like 3.28 feet is 1 meter. Sorry.
About 300, 400 feet, then maybe.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
I was
Yeah.
thinking more about like
So, like,
100 to
you-
120, so
Yeah.
you can quickly get back into vision.
Yeah, you
I
can think
can
of it.
quickly get back regardless.
So-
Thing.
You can think of it as like your character can move 30 feet in a round. So if you're like 300 feet away, it would take like, 5 or 6 rounds for your group to even get to you if something happened.
Okay, fair. So yeah, in that case, let's say 200 feet, because that's my movement in one turn. If I try and rush back and I get spotted.
All right. So, as as you're kind of moving around, keeping an eye out up here, what do you want to do about this movement?
What I want to do? What? Sorry.
About the movement. Like, do you want to try to investigate it? Do you want to wait and see what happens? Fall back?
How close is it again from me? This movement?
Oh, I reconnected. Nice. It looks like it's in the brush, somewhere like maybe 10 to 15 feet up ahead of you. You would see several areas moving.
In that case, I'll wait and see if I can see it move and just sit very still.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
Normal or advantage?
Normal at this point.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, why don't we transition back to Roll20 since I reconnected, and then we can make sure everyone has normal voice again. So... Here, I'll turn off my voice. Alright, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, excellent. Stupid Roll20. Apologies
Yeah.
for the technical difficulties, but so as you're hiding there, you would see several wolves come into view, growling and sniffing. They are slowly moving towards where you were just walking. You're kind of hidden at this point in the grass. There are 5 of them in total. What do you want to do?
Do these look like wild wolves?
Yes, they look wild. I mean, as far as you could tell, you don't have much nature knowledge or anything.
That's fair. In that case, what I'll do is I will attempt to sneakily move away.
Alright, give me a stealth check. Ooh, alright. So, unfortunately, while you are sneaking, one of them kind of sniffs the area and growls, looking towards where you are, and is actually going to start rushing at you. So I need some initiatives, although I'm going to keep this theater of the mind for the time being, because I assume you're going to try to run, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me initiatives. And the rest of you can join in as well. Oh wait, actually, we need tokens.
We can't
for
do
that.
initiatives because we need tokens.
That is true. Just go ahead and roll manually on the screen, and we won't worry about the
Wow.
tracker. Oof. All right. So,
The 1.08.
and you are 200 feet away from the group, right? You said.
Yeah.
All right. So you take off to try to start running, but the wolves are quick and they rush up at you, following that one, and they are actually I think I have a map that could support the 200-foot thing. Give me a sec. A plains map. One of my later bigger maps. Let's do this one. Okay. Oh, that's all fresh. So I'm gonna put you on the left side of the map, and I'm gonna see if I can get 200 feet for the group on the right side. I'm gonna erase this initiative. Alright, so scurry. You'll see yourself coming in over here. And yeah, I'll drag the rest of the group in on the other side. I wish there was a nighttime setting you could do. so Tal. Nalo, Zerx, and Zaquine. You guys don't have a light source. Okay, that's about 200 feet.
Do you
there.
hear anything?
You would definitely hear a commotion from up ahead. So, kind of up this way. If you zoom, so you guys are here, in case you didn't see. If you zoom way out, you would see Scurry over here on the other side. The map about 200 feet away from you. Well, not see him, but you would hear a commotion coming from over there. So go ahead and give me initiative rolls at this point.
Whoops.
That's the 5 wolves came rushing at you.
Mm, 20 on initiative. That's a lot better.
Alright, so I am going to give them some attacks because they did win the initiative before, but we'll go into this new initiative round after. So they rush up on you, biting and trying to knock you off your feet. Oh, well, that's an auspicious start. So the first one
I'm dead.
would crit you. Ugh.
It's a cat snack.
That's a natural 1 and a natural 20.
Yeah. So you are struck for 9 points of damage from the first one.
Alright, 4 left.
Do you have uncanny
Oops.
dodge or anything? Or or wait, no, I think that's higher level. So
Yeah, we're all level 2 still.
that's right. All right, so the second one lunges at you, biting. 14. I think.
It's my armor class, so hits.
All right, so that would just hit you. 2 points of damage. Not a very good roll on that one.
2 left.
Don't forget you got a potion.
That's
Needed
true.
time to drink that.
Yeah.
So 12 would miss you. 10 would miss you. And 6 would miss you. All right. Oof. So they the others are. Oh, actually, I do need a strength saving throw because you may have been knocked prone from that.
Sure. Because I'm great at those.
All right. So unfortunately, the attacks do knock you prone, but that is it for them.
Would he possibly be able to use a dex saving throw instead of a strength saving throw?
No, unfortunately, these things are more pulling at you. Once they bit you and grabbed you, it's not about dodging anymore. It's just about keeping your footing. So, okay, you are wounded and prone, and they are coming at you, but you get to act first. What are you doing?
Alright, well, I'd use half of my 30 movement speed to get up and no longer be prone.
Okay.
There we go. Then I will use my feline agility to go ahead and double any movement speed for this round, bringing me back to 30 for now. Then I will use my action to dash, giving me another 60 because it's 30 that's doubled. So that's a total of 90.
Are you disengaging?
And then use my bonus action to disengage, and then I've got 90 movement to get away.
Alright, so you kind of roll sideways and just take off dashing through the plains. Go ahead and move your movement. As you are rushing back towards the group, and you guys would hear a bunch of maybe howling and sounds like something running through the grass up ahead. Nalo, what are you gonna do? You're injured.
Wait, I am? No, just
No,
Scurry,
Scurry.
right?
Yeah, he's looking a little rough from that attack.
Yo, party. Anyone got like torches? I only got candles.
Here, let me give you, those of you who can't see, since there's moonlight, let me give you some vision. I'll say 20 foot of dimming vision should be good for nighttime. That's what I usually give. And Zerks, can you see in the dark?
Nope.
Alright, so
Which makes no sense, honestly.
20 feet of dimming. Alright, so there you go.
in
You
that case-
got some vision.
I am going to run 50 feet, and I'm not gonna call out though, because I still don't know what's going on. Is that 50 feet? What is that? I should press shift. Wait.
Yeah, so if you hit Q while you're holding your token, you can measure.
Q is the one.
Q or right click if you want to hold left click and right click. I don't like
okay.
doing that though.
There we go. Okay. I will run 50 feet then,
Alright, so you
and
rush up.
I'll pull out a dart.
Okay. So you have a dart in your hand.
On my turn.
And that's it for you. Zaquine, what do you want to do?
Oh boy. I will probably. First, I'm going to move my 30 feet and see what I see.
Sure. Alright, so you rush forward.
I will
30
go
feet.
ahead and dash as a bonus action then.
Alright. You keep running, rushing past Nalo, who has his dart out, ready to throw it. And at this point, you would see Scurry kind of running through the grass, all bitten up, bleeding a bit. What do you want to do? I think that's all you can do, right? Or no, you're a rogue. You can dash again if you want.
Yep. Yeah, I'll go ahead and dash again.
Alright, so you take another 30 feet running up towards him, maybe asking him what's going on. So Tal.
I will
Or go ahead.
stop there and pull my rapier.
Alright, Tal, what are you gonna do?
Also gonna first move my 30 feet.
Okay, you start rushing forward to see what's going on.
Can't see anything, so I'm gonna dash. And still can't see anything, so I'm gonna end my turn.
Alright, you hear Zaquine somewhere up ahead running through the grass. Zerks.
Okay. Where was the noise coming from?
From the west of you.
And did I see anybody? I couldn't see anybody, so. Is it still difficult terrain, or no?
No, it's, I mean, there's grass, but not enough to slow you down.
I can't see. So I guess I'll move there and pull up my shield and sword.
Okay. You pull your weapons, well, you can pull your, did you do a single move or a double move?
And a single.
Okay, so
I just
yeah,
moved-
you can use your action to ready your shield and sword,
Well, I'll take the dodge action and wait.
well, you would need to use your action to pull your shield, so you couldn't
Everything's
actually
already-
dodge.
Okay, that's fine.
So the wolves would go, and you could, well, I mean, you could say that you had your shield out while you were walking. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, so they are gonna run forward, following Scurry. They have 40 feet of movement. So they get to here, then they double move. Luckily, you are still ahead of them by just a little bit. Scurry, what are you gonna do? They're coming up on you fast.
Alright, well, everyone knows that cats are better than dogs. I will use my action and bonus action to dash, and I will get the fuck away.
Alright, so you continue running using your quickness from...
I'm assuming I have to go around the stone.
Yeah, you could try to climb over it because it's only about 3 feet, but that would be difficult terrain.
I moved around and that gets me there.
Alright, so you go dashing right past Zach, who would see a large group of wolves coming up on her.
Good luck with those. I need to go heal.
Yeah, he looks like he got bitten up quite a bit. Nalo, what are you gonna do?
I will move 25 feet.
Okay.
Over to here. And I'm gonna yell, Zaquine, what do you see?
Big pack of wolves.
She
Oh
yells
shit.
Back.
So and now on my turn. Takes dodge action.
Alright, so you get ready for an attack as you end your turn. Zaquine, there's a bunch of wolves. Looks like they are chasing after Scurry, and they're coming at you now.
I'm gonna back up a little bit
Yeah.
and ready an attack for when one gets near me.
Alright, so you ready your weapon as they approach. Tal.
I'm gonna move in front of the others. Right here.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna take the dodge action and end my turn.
Alright, Zerks. You there, Zerks?
Yeah, sorry, Mike was up.
Oh, okay.
I'll move there and take the dodge action.
Alright, so you kind of get in front of Scurry, trying to keep him away from harm. The wolves are going to go. So this first one rushes up to 40 feet, kind of circling Tal, and is going to bite at you. Luckily you are dodging, so it's a disadvantage. 17 becomes a 5, and that would miss as you jump out of the way. This next one kind of...
I get a hit on that one?
No. Oh, actually, yes, you had your action ready, so he did come within range. You can take an attack if you want to spend your reaction.
Yep.
Alright, so you stab at him. Oh yeah, 17 would strike, and he is distracted by Tal, so you can sneak attack. Alright, 7 damage. The wolf whimpers and backs up a bit, growling at you, as it does look wounded from your strike. This one's going to run in to here, trying to kind of circle Tal. He sees you attack his ally, and he growls a bit at you and is going to bite at you instead, as he did not like you making his ally whimper. Snarl, snarl. That is a crit. Oof. Sorry, Zerks. You are struck for 13 damage, and I need a strength save.
Even with disadvantage?
Zerks was not dodging, I don't think.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, not Zerks. My apologies, Zach. I need more caffeine.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Zerks, you're still fine. You're far enough away that they can't even get to you yet.
And I need to make a strength save?
Yes. As it tries to basically bite your leg and tries to pull it out from under you. Alright, so you just manage to keep your footing as you yank your leg away and stumble backwards, the creature growling at you. This one rushes up this way and is going to go for... it's going to go for Tal. And yes, you would easily keep it back with disadvantage. This one rushes up here, going for Tal as well. A crit becomes a 9. Man, they're rolling a lot of crits. But no, you luckily were dodging and just kind of bash it with your shield, keeping it back. And this one cannot get in. Oh wait, yes he can. So he is also going for Tal. Biting, and 19 becomes a 14, so that would miss you as well. Alright, that's it for the wolves. Scurry.
Alright, well, Was consuming a potion bonus action or an action?
Potion is
Barrels.
action.
Alright, well, I'll drink the potion then.
Alright, so you quickly draw a potion from your belt and consume it, gaining 2d4 plus 2. Feeling much better. Hopefully.
Hope so too.
Oh, wow.
So that's 5 total.
Yeah, so a little bit better. Not as much as you would have liked, but... anything else?
I will move up a little bit to see if I can get a better look at the situation.
Okay. So you move up after drinking your
How
potion.
about there?
Anything else?
Nope, now on my turn.
Alright, Nalo. So you got your dart in your hand, you're dodging. Luckily, well, yeah, they all went for different people, but what do you want to do?
I'm gonna say, Tal, keep him off of us.
Yeah, you
And I'm
basically like see Tal like kicking and swinging his shield back and forth as they're all jumping at him.
And then I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on. I'm just gonna touch Zach.
Okay. So D8. Oh, good roll. So you channel your energies through her, and she regains 9 hit points.
And I will end my turn.
Okay.
It's my action.
Zach, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try to finish off this one wolf.
Alright, so he is still distracted by Tal, giving you sneak attack. Oh yeah, 23 definitely hits as you lunge, stabbing him for 6, and he whimpers, falling over. Anything else? Okay. Tal, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna take out my mace, summon my green flame, and attack the wolf right to the south of me, the one that's threatening Nalo.
Okay. Oh yeah, 22 would land a hit. As he is biting at your ally. You smash him with the mace for 6, sending him flying back.
And 4 damage to the one next to it from green flame.
Alright, so a fiery flame jumps to that one, who whimpers as well. And the wolves seem a bit cowed at this point, and they might be backing off. Zerx, what do you want to do?
Okay. So where are the wolves, or where did I hear them at?
You hear a bunch of fighting over here.
I didn't see anything.
You might need to zoom out. It's over here.
Okay, I'll head towards that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that's 6.
Oh, should I still be under the effects of night vision? Because it suddenly stopped working.
Okay.
You might need to move your token. That's a bug sometimes.
Actually, I'll move right here and I'll cast Cure Wounds on.
Alright.
No, I'll give him 10 HP from my.
Alright, so you move up to Scurry, laying hands upon him, and Scurry, you regain 10. Oh. Feeling much better.
I can only take 6, so he's still got.
Yep.
Alright, so yeah, you can give him the 6 then. The wolves go. So they are actually falling back at this point. This one disengages and runs 40 feet. This one disengages and runs 40 feet. And yeah, they're all basically doing that. It seems their pack leader has kind of given the retreat. At this point, we can keep fighting, or you can let them retreat. It's up to you.
Oh, Scurry's angry.
Scurry wants blood. Come here, wolves! Scurry, what are you doing? You see them retreating.
I will use my bonus action dash. First moving here, leaving me with 10 feet of movement. Guess there then, and then I will shoot the one that looks hurt. with my
Alright.
bow.
Go ahead and take a shot at him. Oh yeah, 19 would strike. Ooh, 7 points of damage would drop him. Oh, he gets an arrow through the back, falls over.
That's what you get, you fucking dogs.
All right, I assume that's it for you.
Yeah, that's my anger sated.
All right, Nalo.
Or is it?
As I see him run off into the darkness and hear the twang of the arrow and the death of the wolf, I caught up in the moment. I'd like to cast Disguise Self on myself, turn into a wolf, drop Malfars, and howl into the sky.
Roll deception on that for me to determine what I'm gonna do next turn.
Okay.
Wait, you have the same basic arrangement of limbs as a wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a bipedal wolf. Come on now, don't discriminate.
I mean, that's a little bit of a stretch, but
All right, I look like a hairy
maybe like a hairy man wolf or something.
hairy man wolf, yeah,
Or a hairy
child wolf.
child halfling wolf. All right, sure. You grow
Yeah.
a bunch of hair and look sort of like a wolf, but with hands and legs still. All right, yeah, sure, that's fine. Oh, you let out a little howl. Zequine, what do you want to do?
She's snickering.
She just is like, what the? Nalo does that. Anything else you're doing?
Well, the wolves are running. I'm going to point at the dead one. Can we eat that?
Probably. So, are we?
I'm like, delicious.
Are we saying we're letting the rest of the wolves retreat at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'll drop
Let 'em
out
go.
of combat then. All right. So the wolves rush out here, heading east, and disappear from view. Or sorry, west, not east. You did kill 2 of them, so yeah, you could try to skin them or get their meat or any of that sort of thing. But yeah,
And
it's quiet.
I'll draw my disguise now. The moment's over.
All right, you drop your disguise, looking like Nalo again. So what does the group want to do?
I'm gonna tell my all to circle back a bit and see if we drew any attention from any patrols or something.
All right, so your owl flies up, taking a look around with his dark vision. It's hard to see too far, but you don't see like any torches approaching or anything in the distance coming at you. So you think you're safe for now.
Okay. Looks we're clear. Looks like we're clear. Continue our scouting.
All right, you want to continue moving?
Sounds
I
good to me.
suggested.
Someone mentioned doing something with the wolves. That's why I was asking about that.
We want to skin him, or are we leaving him?
I'm down to try to skin him, but I'm not too experienced with that.
So it would be to get their meat and like get a pelt off them. It would be survival or a wisdom roll to try to use non-trained.
I'm +3 survival.
All right, it'll probably take you about 15, 20 minutes. So go
I
ahead
want to
and
trust the halfling and cut up these wolves.
I'll give him the help action.
I'm sure that people would trust you more than they
Alright.
would trust me.
So someone else can roll a survival or wisdom as well to assist you if they want. Okay, so 14 actually isn't too bad of a roll. You kind of cut areas where it looks like there's meat, and I'll say you get like I don't know, like 2 or 3 days worth of meat off them.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Do we get the pelts?
So with a 14, I'll say you get 1 average wolf pelt off the 2 of them. So you can do
not
what
too
you
bad.
want with that.
Did Scurry want any prizes? Or are these
Prizes?
too lowly for him? Yeah, do you want the ears?
I don't think that will be any use.
Alright.
Alright, so you continue moving then?
Yeah, this time a bit more north, avoiding where I found the wolves last time.
Are you still the 200 feet away?
I'm thinking I'm cutting that a little bit down to about half, 100 feet.
Okay, so about 100 feet away now. Say, took me a while to get back. Maybe we should keep you guys closer. So you're moving this way. Party is 100 feet behind you. You see, as you get over here, actually, there's campfires coming from these hills, or a campfire.
Interesting. I'll head back to the party and tell them that there's a campfire there.
It was
ask-
it was hard to see from farther away because the campfire was kind of behind the hill, but as you get closer, you can kind of see it off to the side.
Alright, so there's the campfire ahead. I'm assuming some hobgoblins. Just seems to be the one, so if you wanted to, we can dwindle some of their numbers now and then. Oh, yeah.
Do you want my
That's
ult
not-
to take a quick flyby and see if she can
Yeah,
give us more
sounds good to
information?
me.
All right, so the owl is going to try to fly over there. You're still pretty far away, so she can't. You can't look through her eyes. But she would come back and say there are 2 giant creatures wandering amid the hills.
2 giant creatures. Doesn't sound like hobgoblins to me.
2 more ogres.
Could be
Maybe.
ogres.
Now-
Your bird would have seen the ogre last time, wouldn't it?
But Tala wasn't with us to fight the ogre, so...
When she says giant, is that giant compared to her or giant compared to us?
You would assume that she is talking about giant compared to the group. Tal, I would say. So you think she means like something gigantic, like something much bigger than a human.
The good news is that I doubt the ogres would have much of an alarm system, so we could probably take these on and not worry about any of the rest of the camps being alarmed or
Their
notified.
alarm system is their lungs, lad.
Yeah, true, but who knows? Maybe
I'm
they
completely down to just gang up on one, try and take it out as quick as possible, and then move on to the next. Just be ready that if we need to, we need a run.
Alright, so you want to try to stealth in and sneak up on him?
Yeah, on one of them at least.
Alright, so...
See if we can get them isolated.
Yeah, that sounds good. So the group is approaching. I do need stealth checks from everyone, as to get close you can't cover for each other. Ooh, alright. As you sneak closer, you would see the campfire. And indeed, a little ways away, there is an ogre dragging something. Might be some kind of animal back towards camp. And up on the hills, there is a second ogre nearby. The second ogre, unfortunately, would spot Tal coming in. So I'm gonna need to do initiative rolls as you move up towards these guys. It's still nighttime, so it's still kind of dark. But there is some moonlight. Alright, so I'll put you all out first so you can do some initiative. So Tal, Scurry. Oh, and no daylight. Tal, Scurry, Nalo, and don't worry, I'll give you some vision in a moment. You can arrange yourselves to liking within like that 10-foot or 15-foot area, however you're walking. And yeah, give me initiative checks.
I've been loading for a while.
Oh.
Did I just reload maybe?
Yeah, try reload. It shouldn't take that long. vision.
Oh, that's more initiative than all my other rolls combined.
Zerks 20. Can everyone see?
I can
Nalo?
I can see myself, but it's black around me.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
So there is an ogre up on the hill nearby you, who saw you sneaking in, and there's one kind of over. I don't know if any of you can maybe kind of see it over to the west of you. Over here. Here, you can kind of see it, so let me move it forward a bit. Alright, so... the ogre. Alright, so the first to act is Nalo. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna say, guys, I can't see a thing. And I'm gonna
You
pull
would,
out.
yeah, you'd hear a roar coming from over here and something yell, I see something.
I'll pull out a dart, and I will prepare myself. The dodge action. But I'm not gonna move. I'll stay where I am.
Alright, so you pull out a dart, getting ready. A creature, the ogres go next. A creature comes running up from the shadows. Tal, unfortunately, you're not necessarily caught off guard, but you're not in the position to act yet, and it would swing at you. A large great club comes swooping down. Oh, natural 1. He almost trips as a bunch of dirt comes flying up next to you where he smashed. Stand still! Another one comes rushing in, but he has to double move to get up to you. Oh. So that's it for them. Tal, what do you want to do? You got 2 ogres bearing down on you.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna take out my mace, stand my ground, and use green flame mace on them.
Alright, so you swing your mace. 18 would strike. I assume you're going for this one in front of you?
I guess so, yeah.
Alright, so he takes 6 points of damage. And your flame would jump to the second one, dealing another 4. And both look very angry, getting ready to swing at you again. Anything else, Tal?
No.
Alright, Zaquine.
Oh boy.
Oh my. Yep. What are you doing?
I'm gonna move up. I will pull my rapier and, if luck continues, hit this one.
Alright, so as he's swinging at your companion, you use the distraction to go for a vital area. Ha! Oh yeah, 21 would strike as you stab him with a sneak attack for 8 points of damage. Ouch! As he looks angrily down at you and redirects, getting ready to swing at you instead now. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Scurry.
Alright. So it seems we're attacking the south one.
I
Alright. In that case, what I'll do is I'll move there. I'll use 30 feet of movement to get behind them,
Okay, you have the flank.
and I will stab him with my rapier.
Alright, you lunge forward, attacking. Haha. 17 would strike, providing the distraction you need for a sneak attack.
Okay. That is 13 damage.
Alright, so how he was once angry at Zaquine, he now turns towards you and is getting ready to strike you. Anything else?
I already used most of my movement, didn't I? Oops. In that case, I don't think I can do anything.
All right.
Unless I can try and hide between its legs, I'm sort of stuck here.
All right. No, probably that probably wouldn't work. You just get knocked prone. So Zerks, what are you gonna do?
He'll just sit on you.
Yeah. All
I'll move there and I'll take a swing at him.
right. So as Scurry is kind of distracting him, you move there and swing with the flank.
Oh, baby.
Crit. Well, you might be the target. So 17 points of damage. Ouch. No! Oh!
Is he dead after that or no?
Oh no, he is wounded now for sure.
I'll use a smite.
Alright, so go ahead and give me a smite. And you actually do have to call that before I announce the thing, I believe. You can do it after you hit, but once I...
Yeah.
Yeah.
After no, I was gonna like sorry, yeah. If I had crit, I'd always smite. I mean, there's no reason not to smite when you crit.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you just have to tell me that before I announce if he's still alive or not. But go ahead, give me a smite roll.
I'm looking for my smites. I lost
So
my
that's
smite.
level 1, I assume? 4d4?
Yeah.
Alright, so 10 and 16. Ooh, 26. Alright. So as you strike, there's an explosion of holy energy. And he is felled. Oh! He goes down. Anything else?
It's not holy.
Isn't it radiant?
It is, but for flavor, mine's not.
Oh, is it necrotic?
Unholy.
Yep.
Oh, interesting. Alright, so, yes, a sapping energy would wither him, and he falls to his knees, looking a little bit more gaunt than he should. Nalo, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna say, God damn, that was cool. Do that again, and give my bardic inspiration to Zerks,
Okay.
Zerks.
and then I will fling a dart at the head of the other ogre.
What are you saying to Zerks to inspire her, just out of curiosity?
Oh, I'm saying, God damn, that was cool. Do that again.
Wouldn't
I'm
that be
hyping
an
him up.
Oh, I keep confusing Zerks and Zack. Because there's
Oh no,
X and
yeah.
Z's. Alright, gotcha. Alright, so Zerks, you feel inspired by his words, and then fling a dart. Go ahead.
I want to hit him in the
Yes.
forehead. And the ogre just goes, why? Just trying to look at
Ow.
it cross-eyed.
So you would strike for good roll. 5 piercing. Ugh. And he looks angrily towards Nalo. Anything else, Nalo?
And that'll be it.
Alright, so he is going to move around this way. And oh wait, actually, if he does that, he'll get an oppie. Maybe he won't do that.
But our ogre's smart.
They're not terribly. I mean,
He's like, damn it.
he knows he would take an oppie because he'd be leaving his butt open. You know what? He wants to smash the little thing. Sure. Tal, you can use a reaction.
I'm also gonna cast Booming Blade with my reaction, since I have Warcaster.
Alright,
So
so
this
you're.
time with
Yeah.
lightning energy.
Alright.
Or thunder.
So 25 would strike, dealing 5 points of damage.
No,
And-
6 points of lightning damage, and I rolled the damage not correctly yet. It's
I
the blood
see.
damage on the other when he moves. When he moves 5 feet, he gets the other.
I
damage, yeah.
see. So you did 6 points, and so minus another 1. And actually, since you booming blade, he feels the thunder damage. He is not going to move at that point because he doesn't want to blow up. So he is just going to turn towards Tal and go, "No, magic bad," and swing at you.
Oh, I rolled another nat 20 on the reaction to attack.
Oh well, you wouldn't have gotten a crit because
I know, I know, but that would have been so awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, I did it again for you, buddy.
Ah! Ooh, 21 versus AC might get you.
Shield.
Alright, so you try to get your shield up, but his hit is too powerful, and he slams you for 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Critted?
No, you rolled a 21.
Yeah, but I used the shield spell.
+5 to AC.
Oh, you're using shield. Sorry, I missed that. Now, how are you doing that when you already used your reaction to Oppie him?
Oh, right. Sorry, then I can't.
that's right.
You're
Okay,
totally
okay.
right.
So yeah, unfortunately, you were kind of mid-swing as he turns towards you, and you're unable to cast in time, and yeah, he would strike you for 11 damage. Bap. No, bad. All right, so that is it for him. Tal, you're feeling it. Ugh, your ears are kind of ringing from the force of that impact, but you're still up. What do you want to do?
I think I'm still gonna stay my ground and Wooing Blade him again.
Alright, so once again, you charge your mace up with energy, but he steps back and you swing and a miss.
Okay, and then I'm gonna bonus action Healing Word myself.
Alright, so you channel divine energies and you feel a bit better, gaining 5 health. Zaquine, what are you doing?
I'm going to move. That's fine. Alright. I'm gonna move there.
Oh, brave. Alright, so trying to get in front so he can't get to Nalo and stabbing at him, I assume?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and give me 12. That would actually be enough. He is not well armored. So you stab him in the leg with the sneak attack for another 12. Ow! And he is now looking angrily at you, Zach. Anything else?
Nope.
Scurry. Are you muted, Scurry?
Yes,
Oh,
there
you
we go.
He's gonna live up to his namesake and scurry on over.
Yes, I will go ahead and move there,
Right.
and I'll stab him.
Alright, so you circle around surrounding the ogre and take a stab. Huh. Oh, 20 would strike, getting him from behind, right in the butt. 13 damage, and you get his attention. Oh! And he's looking wounded. Ugh. And he turns
Then-
towards you.
I'll use bonus action, disengage, and use the rest of my movement to get the fuck away.
Alright, so it looks like he's getting ready to swing, and you just do kind of like a roll back and get out of range.
Goodbye.
He seems annoyed and turns back towards your ally, Zaquine. Zerx, what are you doing?
So as long as I stay in 5 feet, I can circle around him and not get an Oppie, right?
Yes, as long as you don't leave his threatened area.
Alright, yeah, then I'll just do that and swing at him again.
Alright, so that's 30 feet of movement to get behind. Oh, but 8 is not enough, and he parries.
Right?
You would have to do that before you roll. You can't use it after.
For the
Oh, Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah,
Yes, you can
do it
use
after.
that.
Where's that at?
That is a d6. So 9 would still not be enough. Oh,
It's
wait,
12.
actually 11.
11? No,
with
is it
the
11?
Isn't it's +2 at the flank.
Yeah.
So 11 would be just enough.
Let's go.
Just enough to get it the job.
9 points. Alright, so I assume no smite. You deal 9
No.
points of damage. And he is looking badly wounded, but still up. Nalo, what do you want to do?
I will pull out a dart.
Okay.
Item interaction.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'll move to here, and then
Kill
I
him.
will,
Emotional damage.
and then I'll use vicious mockery on him, and
Alright.
I'll call him Stinky.
You call him Stinky. Wisdom save 4. He says, "No, not Stinky," as his nose bleeds a little. And how much do you deal to him? 2. Alright, so he takes 2 points of psychic and has disadvantage on his next attack. So the ogre is very angry. He wants to go for Nalo, but he's going to try to squish Zack instead. He raises his great club up. 25 becomes an 8, and you would jump out of the way as he is still upset from Nalo's harsh words. Tal, what are you gonna do?
Booming blade with.
Oh,
Which does not hit.
swing again and sort of get like a half-assed hit against him, but it doesn't do enough damage. You didn't have enough force behind the swing. All right,
That's my turn.
Zaquine. He's looking like he's getting ready to smack you again, or try to.
Well then I should smack him first, right?
All right, so you stab at him as he raises his club up, and oh yeah, 15 would strike, 17 actually with the flank. 10, and you get him right in the throat, and he falls over motionless. All right, the group is safe. What do you all want to do?
Well,
I don't think I want to eat that.
I'm gonna grab an ear off of each of them.
We should try. We should try to eat it, guys. Come on.
All right,
No,
so you take,
I wouldn't touch the other one.
you take 5 minutes to butcher the ogres, getting their ears. You would also find they have some pouches on them. Give me a d20 roll. One of them has 15 gold pieces in his pouch, along with a bunch of other weird, gross, dirty stuff that you don't even want to guess what it is.
How many?
15 gold pieces. The
Okay.
other one has a bunch of mud that smells a little odd. And actually, what's the highest passive perception? 15?
15.
So you would see a small, kind of poorly cut emerald within there as well. You would guess it's worth about 70 gold pieces.
I hand it off to Scurry.
Okay.
Like, and then here's the ears as well, and I just plop it all down in it and like a pile for him, or in his hands.
Yeah, however...
For the emerald, do we reckon it's like 70 pieces like at a normal marketplace, or do you have to find someplace special to sell that?
So I mean, it would depend on the marketplace, but basically anyone interested in gems would probably pay about 70 for this. Oh, and the campfire's here. I didn't have it out before. Actually,
So, were you asking for material components? Is that what you're asking for, Nalo?
Oh no, I was just wondering like no,
Okay.
I'm no, just in general like
Trying to
if we were to
sell it.
sell it, because
Okay.
I don't know if Char would take that. Like, if there's
Oh,
anyone in
there.
Char.
Yeah, probably not. Char's a poor, like right now, especially with the siege and like no new people
Yeah.
coming in. It would be hard to find a buyer there.
Oh
Not-
yeah,
not in-
we're bankrupting Char. All these ogres and goblins we're killing, we're gonna bankrupt them.
Yeah, especially after you bring all these ears back.
Enslave the whole town.
No, we want land. That's the best thing you could ever ask
Oh,
for is
true.
land.
Yeah, just build a manor and then bankrupt the town. But in any case, yeah. So the ogres are dead here. It seems quiet. There's a campfire that's kind of burning behind the hill there. What do you want to do?
What animal was he dragging?
So if you look over here, it looked like he had gotten a deer. It's kind of bludgeoned and could be edible though, for sure.
And anyone want to try to eat that instead of the ogres?
I sure.
Well, we had some
Oh.
wolf too, but I guess deer is probably better than wolf.
Yeah, you have 3 days of wolf. Well, I mean, there are 6 of you, so 3 days of wolf would feed half of you.
No, I'll start butchering the
Oh,
deer.
good roll. So yeah, you actually do pretty good and get about 4 days worth of rations from this deer. So you have 7 days now. It's not preserved, so the rations won't last forever, but it'll definitely feed you for the evening with the wolf. Anything?
say-
Go ahead.
So as we're sitting around the campfire, I say we keep hitting these little parties they have out on the perimeter, and then start to back away because eventually they're gonna send a party to take care of us.
Exactly, but they won't discover these corpses till the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, they haven't actually discovered any of your work yet. Are you gonna do anything to try to hide the ogre bodies, or just gonna leave them there?
That
Yeah,
seems
just leave 'em.
difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to try and hit another outpost or a couple more hobgoblins or whatever else is in there?
Well,
Tonight?
how's everybody feeling? I think I'll go for one more round, so long as it's not too much.
Yeah, same.
No, I'm down. Let's go for it.
All right. So, where are you headed from here?
Slightly north. I think I'll be scouting ahead again. So
All right. The other thing, just to mention really quick, if you do want to eat the wolf or deer tonight, you will need to cook it.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, if you're gonna actually
And
use it.
what time is it now? Like,
It is probably about, I'll say, so it's the 2nd of autumn. It's probably about getting close to midnight at this point.
We probably need to camp, so we probably need to get some rest. Or wait, so okay, so yeah, we need to rest.
Or we harass them in the night and sleep in the day. Gives us an advantage.
I'd rather
It's harder
we can
to
find-
explore at night though, because you can't see as far, so it's harder to see what's going on. But there is the advantage of being harder to notice.
there's trade-off for other one.
well, I say we just go to sleep then. We don't want to be caught with our pants down in the middle of the day.
Better than being caught with your pants down in the middle of the night, I suppose.
All right, so you
All right.
want to use the fire here to cook your stuff?
Yeah.
I'd say we should set up camp a bit further away than the camp that they own, just in case someone comes looking for the ogres.
Yeah, I'd say we use the fire real quick to cook our food, then move on.
Yeah, you know the nice
Alright.
thing about this fire is that even if, enemies are seeing it in a distance, they expect it to be here.
Yeah. Okay, we'll use this fire to. I will ritual summon. Oh no, not that. What the? I ritual summon my unseen servant and start cooking some food on the fire.
While he's doing that, can I try and arrange the ogre bodies in a way that they might have just started fighting each other?
Set up a crime scene here.
Yeah.
The forensic
grab their
officers, the hobgoblin forensic officers. Well, obviously, this one pissed off this guy and smacked him in the face. Yes.
What are all those little holes in them? And there's dagger wounds. There's darts all over this one.
Yeah.
Minor details, not important.
Yeah.
I suppose you could hit them with their own maces
So-
till they're bloodied and.
How much strength do I need to use one of their weapons?
I mean, to just use it to bludgeon one of them would probably be fairly easy because you're not actually using it as
I'll
a
help
weapon.
you.
You're just kind of smacking him over and
Oh
over.
no! I would love to know how much strength I would need. to actually
I mean, it's a great club.
it's a great clip there. I want ogre. I want it to be for comedy purposes and give it to us. And Nalo, here, use this.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like it's a hunk of a tree. It's not like a very well designed weapon. It's like the ogre just grabs something and uses it to swing at things.
Oh,
But
Basically,
I mean, you could probably still use it as a great club if you have proficiency.
nah, it's no big deal. I got the axe earlier.
So are we sticking around here for a while?
So, Scurry, if you just back to you for a moment, if you were trying to make it look like they attacked each other, that would probably be. I think survival would be the closest thing, so I'd say wisdom probably. If you're trying to set up a scene here, maybe make them think something happened other than these guys were killed by you.
Good roll, good roll, good roll. How do I roll just wisdom? Just a D20, I guess.
Just put wisdom.
Yeah, if you click on wisdom, okay.
That's a 4, yeah.
Yeah, this looks right. All right, yeah, this could work. So you just kind of lay them out. All right,
Perfect.
so
Sherlock Holmes.
yeah, perfect. Looks great.
What'd you say, Zach? You said you were asked the question.
Oh, Zaquan wanted to know if we were gonna stay here for a while.
I mean, for the meantime, while we're cooking the food and he's playing with the corpses again. So yes, I guess we'll be here for a minute.
We'll be here for like 20 minutes, I think.
Zach will give Nalo a hooded lantern and a flask of oil for it.
Oh, thank you.
For what?
A hooded lantern and a flask of oil, apparently. A gift to me.
Oh, all right, so you give him something to see better. And actually, you'd probably note at this point that to the northeast of you, there is a lit up area. It looks like there is a tower with a bunch of torches on it. And it's kind of lighting that area of the hill. I forgot to mention that before, but now since you're near the hills, you can see it easier.
You don't happen to have any fire spells that you could cast through your owl, would you?
No. Fire is not my thing.
Well, that's a shame. I was thinking we putting on the tower through your owl, but I guess not.
You know that would definitely probably raise some alarms if a tower just burned down during the night. Well, unless Scurry went over and used his abilities to create a crime scene. Obviously, these hobgoblins burned down their own tower. This is very odd. First the ogres, now this. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, no. It wasn't a hobgoblin. It was a World of Warcraft goblin. Just fucking blew itself up.
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh, this whole group seems a little disorganized. They need to work on their team building.
Yeah.
More explosives.
Something odd is afoot. But anyway, what does the group want to do?
Chef Nala is done, so I'll just hand people their foods and
The
then
mystery meat.
You never mystery meat.
So now,
Don't know what you got.
do you have cooking tools? Are you trying to make something nice, or are you just kind of burning it to make it edible?
I have his mess kit. The Zergs gave me a mess kit.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you don't have like training as a cook or anything, right?
I don't have training as a cook, no,
Okay.
but
I am
Yeah.
I'm the group's cook, and I am trying to do better every time.
All right,
Maybe
so
We're gonna purify it.
yeah, I mean, you think you do a good enough job. It's all burnt up, and I mean, it's not the best tasting, but you don't think anyone's going to get sick. Yeah, you cook it up. You use some of your mess kit stuff, and you're kind of trying to work on your ability to do this better. But yeah, you can all eat for the night, and you would have another day's worth of ration that you could probably use tomorrow. And you
Sounds
said
good.
after that you're going to move west a bit?
I say we make a camp and keep an eye on that tower. That'll be our next target for tomorrow.
We could also try and take out the tower tonight, but I think we should rest, yeah.
Yeah. Could we move out maybe into the hills, like and
That's-
maybe a nook?
Yeah, so the hills
Yep.
would
Down there.
definitely make you more hidden, like over here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so you kind of find a spot that's less visible from far away, get away from the campfire a bit, right?
Yeah.
I'll let up to two of you use stealth to hide the party.
I will not roll.
As you kinda
I could roll
work
for that.
together, looking around at the terrain. Oh yeah. So Scurry finds a really nice spot, and you all kind of camp down, and I'm guessing you're spending the night there?
Yeah.
Alright. So throughout the evening, you do see a couple more patrols going through the area here, which you would guess would be where the path is, like lit torches and hobgoblins looking around. But so far, no alarm's been raised. Nothing comes over here to check on the ogres. The evening would pass, so go ahead and do a full rest. It is now the 3rd of autumn at 7 a.m. You see in the morning there's... well, I guess you couldn't see very well, never mind. So never mind, you don't see anything else. But what do you all want to do?
Alrighty, I say we
Because you are hidden in the hills, so you don't have as much visibility.
send the owl over to scout that tower out in the surrounding area and go from there.
Alright, so your visibility does increase quite a bit in the day.
Ah, the daylight, it burns! I can see!
As you see the surrounding area, the hills, and the tower you can still see, but it's not lit up anymore because there are no torches. Alright, so you want to send the owl to scout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the owl heads up. You can only send it up to 100 feet. You're going to look through its eyes, right, Tal?
I'm not gonna look through its eyes. I'm gonna have it make a wider loop to scout more of the area.
Alright, so if you do that, I can't reveal the map. I can just tell you what you see. But if you look through its eyes, I can actually reveal the map farther.
Oh, how far away is the tower? Yeah.
Like, you can have it fly up 100 feet and take a look around, and that would give you some
Yeah.
vision.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Alright. So that would give you a bit more vision. And that's what you see. With your owl 100 feet up, flying around, looking around.
Okay. And a wider sweep, like deeper into the hills, would...
So if you send your owl over to just fly around in the hills, it would come back and tell you, give me a perception check for your owl. I think it has advantage, right? 9. So it would tell you there are 3 hobgoblins in the tower. All of them have horns. It would tell you that over to the east here, there's a group of hobgoblins kind of in the valley right now. It's not sure what they're doing there. And it would tell you that there are movements of both hobgoblins and humans up to the north here. It saw what looked like to be a group of hobgoblins leading humans.
I'm gonna tell all of that to the party.
Are the humans slaves, or do they seem to be going willingly?
The owl would not know that because it's not super smart.
Super wise, though.
How many hobgoblins were in the valley?
There were... it looked like it was... Alright, so it would say there were 3 hobgoblins over there in the valley.
Oh, 3 in the tower, 3 in the valley, and a lot of them to the north. Okay.
So what's the likelihood that we can sweep into the valley, take out the 3 hobgoblins there, and then potentially try and take out that tower? Because I think if we're going to try and rescue those humans, we'll get spotted by the tower anyway.
I think we're gonna get caught if we try to go attack those 3 in the valley. We need to take the tower out first. There's a scouting tower.
The tower definitely gives them a lot of visibility, especially during the day. So you think if you attack the ones in the valley, there's at least a decent chance the tower would see you and maybe blow the horn.
Maybe we should. There's well, I think we should definitely attack the tower first, but potentially, if we were to do it at night, we could sneak around behind and see what's up with the humans and the goblins. Maybe even talk to some of the humans if we're able to sneak in.
If you want, you all can give me wisdom checks, as you might know a few other things just from military training and just noticing things. All right. Oh, Mallow. So one thing you would definitely know is right now the group is off the radar. It doesn't seem like anyone even came to check on the ogres, so they might not even know the ogres were here. You know, if you attack the tower while destroying it would reduce their visibility, at that point they know something's going on. Because, yeah, the tower is most likely something that they, change guard for and have reports coming from. If this is a competent militia group. So attacking structures would probably bring more guards and awareness that something's going on. But it would also limit their visibility quite a bit, at least for today. Unless you destroy the tower, they'll probably rearm it tomorrow with new guards. But if you destroy it, they wouldn't be able to rebuild it quickly.
We can also keep doing what we were doing and just see if we can
around the
find
outside.
isolated targets in the night and take them out.
I say we do it in the middle of the night. I may have an option available to myself to get close.
We could also split up, especially if you catch the hobgoblins unawares. You'd only need like 3 people to take on the turret or the tower, and then maybe other people could go.
The issue, it's not about taking on what's in the tower, it's killing them all or, preventing them from sounding the alarm while we're doing it.
That is true.
Yeah, because if they blow the horn, most likely, reinforcements will come in from all over the place. It'll take a while to get there, but, yeah, it'll put you on a timer.
I can possibly get up there in that tower and not raise too much suspicion until they start to talk. Ooh, we lost Scurry.
No. We could also send back the owl now and inform Shock of what we've seen. Or at least how to get here.
Yeah, it does seem like this is a substantial operation going on here, and you're starting to wonder what all of this has to do with Char. Like, this is pretty far away from Char, so why would they even be attacking Char if they're doing something here? Lots
Have
of
they been attacking Char? Or have they just been raiding for food?
they attacked the caravan. They've been sieging caravans that came in. They've been attacking farms, so they are kind of doing a split operation. Forces are doing things in Char, and it seems like they're doing something here, because you're not sure why they would set up a camp this far away from the main town that they were attacking. It seems like a weird thing to do. Unless they have some other motive that they're trying to do here while they're sieging Char.
Well, I'm down to take on the the tower, but nighttime is probably the best. So during the day, we'd either have to do nothing or do some more exploring. But that
I'm
seems
fine with doing
difficult.
nothing.
I could take both the rogues and possibly get up in their tower and assassinate them all before they have a chance to raise the alarm.
That seems difficult.
At that,
You could
no, I literally can get in the tower, I believe.
How?
at nighttime though, or at daytime.
Either.
Do
How?
you have a plan?
I'll use a shape changer and transform into a hobgoblin.
Alright, so you see him
Okay.
suddenly take on a new form, looking like a hobgoblin in his old armor and weapons.
Ugh, God, I hate doing that.
In that case, Zequine, I will try my hand at this disguise kit and try to. Depending on how it turns out, we can send you in. Let's see, let me use it.
You're not going to disguise her. They will see the horns and like she's going to be a.
Yeah, so the problem with the disguise kit is I don't think you could create hair, because hobgoblins have those orange hair like all over them, making them kind of furry. So that would be a hard thing to copy with just a disguise kit.
I'm gonna start adjusting the armor to fit a little bit better.
Yeah, well, you're naturally, how tall are you?
6'3".
Yeah, so you're around the size of a normal hobgoblin anyway. Do
Just
you
bulkier.
speak goblinoid?
I do not. That's why this is risky.
Yeah.
What you could do is maybe approach the tower and wave to one of them. Especially if you looked injured.
Yeah,
Maybe
if
they
you
would
want
come
them
down
to
to you.
sound the alarm, we can do that.
No, I can just make myself look injured.
And then they would potentially come down to help you, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I can make myself look like my neck's been injured or something like that, or my throat.
Worst comes to worst, you could always have a hostage.
That was part of the plan. It's coming back battered and broken and having one of you all as a hostage, and turn the tables. We'll wait for Bo to get back because he's a part of the plan. I'd have Bo come from behind and have Zach.
Why don't
Right
we
now,
do
Bo's
a,
just doing yoga somewhere.
Why don't we
in the
do
wilderness.
yeah, he's stretching out. But I was gonna say, why don't we do a 5-minute break?
That sounds good.
Yeah, and then we can let him do his thing, and people can stretch and use the bathroom or whatever. So yeah, 5-minute restroom break, and be back at 1:10 ish.
Oh, we're
All
late. It's 3:05.
PST.
I know. I'm being smart.
Yeah, I know. All right.
I'm moving later than you, on God.
Oh God.
It's 4:05 for me, so.
I'll be back.
Alrighty.
The real craziness would be if we had someone in Europe. It'd be like,
Are you in the States, Tal?
maybe Tal already went on his break.
I'm debating on what. I have to wait till level 5 to multi-class so I can fix this freaking problem we have with dark vision. I can fix it for myself at least.
Oh, you can fix it. What do you do? Or...
There's certain classes. If we hit a cleric of Twilight, oh, that's so good. I love the cleric of Twilight. You get 300. You get 300 feet of dark vision. And you can give it to an ally for an hour.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah,
300 feet is kind of nuts.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best subclasses there is now. It's one of the new ones. But
Why couldn't they just do like 200 feet? That's broken.
and
That's
no,
disgusting.
that's what you get for yourself, and you can give it to another person for an hour as well.
That's
It's amazing.
Shadow Sorcerer only gets it at 120, which is frustrating.
She's mad because my main character that I was going to play was a cleric of Twilight and a warlock of undead. Warlock of undead is cool too if you haven't looked at that. There's the if you're curious. Trying to think of how far do I want to go into my multi-class. Damn. Did it say how long this campaign was going to go for? Like what level?
I don't know. I'm ready for level 3, baby.
Yeah.
Gotta kill some more hobgoblins.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, you missed some fun stuff.
Oh no.
I mean, no, not
I
entirely.
betrayed the party, killed everybody. Fun stuff.
Yeah, and I transformed everybody into undead again.
Makes sense.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How long are do the campaigns usually go for? Like, do any of your campaigns actually see level 20 or no?
My longest campaign is on session 83, and they are level 11.
Okay, so your campaigns do go that long. Can go that level.
Oh yeah, I think it's like close to 2 years they've been playing.
Oh my.
Was it 56 weeks in a year? So maybe a year and a half they've been playing. Like before I did professional DMing, I had campaigns go for 2 or 3 years sometimes.
Yeah, my last campaign went for 2 years until I got crawfished.
So you got what?
My girlfriend was cheating on me with one of the other players.
Ooh.
Oh,
All right.
I was more upset about losing the D&D game than anything.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That
I'm like-
says something.
I know, right? I was like, damn, I can't play D&D no more.
rip.
Yeah. Well.
Oh well. Life
Oh
goes on.
well. Exactly. Haven't had that happen yet.
Well, I hope it doesn't happen. but trying to figure out what the one's multi-class.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Zerx. I'm cheating on you with Scurry, bro.
That's okay.
I didn't want to say anything about it till now. But
I mean, I cheat on myself all the time. I mean, I can be whoever I want.
There you go. Yeah, I've gone out with people. I've had in my games. I've never had people cheating on each other or on me.
Yeah, but it's in the past. But let's get back to the game.
Let's get murdering some
wait, no.
hobgoblins.
So, okay, what happened while you were away is I transformed into a hobgoblin, and we're debating on how to assault this tower and have one person either be a captive or I'm maybe injured.
So here's the problem: you don't actually speak hobgoblin.
Yes, but that's why my throat is going to be injured.
They shot me in the neck.
I can make myself.
Sorry, it looks like Zerx, you need to change to your character right now. You're not.
Undo it.
Yeah, there you go. You're fine. Go ahead, continue.
But I can make myself appear to be wounded in the throat, so I won't be able to properly talk.
All right. So.
And I have one of y'all, either have you or Zaquine in tow, and I air quote bondage in some form, and attempt to go up to the tower and have you or her sneak behind and engage in that manner.
I mean, we can try and have you walk up to the tower, signal that you're hurt, and that it's in whatever direction you want to go.
But I'm worried that what if they just blow the horn?
Yeah, assuming you get up there, assuming we kill all the hobgoblins, do we destroy the tower, or do we leave it?
We need to leave
Destroy it. I think after we're done for the day, we gotta destroy it.
If we destroy it, our element of surprise is gone. We can't really harass them anymore. And
I know, but if there's a bunch of dead hobgoblins in the tower, our surprise is gone anyway.
Well, no. The idea is to kill the goblins in the tower, then go kill the 3 that are in the valley, and then leave.
And then we've gotten rid of 6.
Instead of just
how
3.
many? We could also continue the stance for a few nights first.
I have a different proposal. Nello, what about if you changed into a female hobgoblin?
I'd be very small. I'd be very small.
You don't want to see a female hobgoblin, trust me.
Also, I don't think Nalo can shape change, can he?
I have a spell, disguise self.
Oh, disguise self.
I'll link it. But I have never seen a female hobgoblin, so I wouldn't know what to turn into.
There's no reason why you haven't.
Let's see.
Yeah, 1 foot shorter or taller.
Yeah.
Fatter in between.
Change your body type. Basic arrangement of limbs. I mean, don't see why you couldn't put hair. It's an illusion spell, so you wouldn't actually be changing. You just look different.
Yeah, it just look different.
So as long as no one tried to interact with you, you'd be fine.
Yeah, like trying to touch my boobies.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, wait, what? What's going on?
Right,
you would also be a very short hobgoblin, because you can only go up to 4 feet at that point. Because you're, I assume, like halfling size, like 3 foot something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe you could try it.
Maybe they're down bad enough they wouldn't care.
Like I said, until someone interacted with you, then your cover would be blown.
It'd be blown, yeah. Although, if we do end up attacking the hobgoblins, I wonder what would happen to the people working here. Because right now, if they're being enslaved, that's obviously bad, but they're not dead yet. So.
Yeah, you don't really know much about what's going on here because you've only kind of explored a small area.
I mean, another option is to rescue the slaves and start a revolt. Have them fight. Have the slaves up in arms and start fighting.
We don't know if they're slaves, and also I don't know if they'll be very good
at
fighting.
At the very least, we should find out what is going on.
So the farmer would tell you, actually, because I just remember he's with you. He would say, "Well, I know they were having me dig at a camp that was to the east of here, far to the east in a little forest behind some hills. I could try to show you where that is if you want. They might still have prisoners there.
And I'm sure any prisoner would rather fight for their freedom than die a slave.
So we could tell Shock to come here, and while we're waiting for Shock to come, we go check out that other place. Because Shock still doesn't know. We haven't sent the owl out yet.
Yeah. How about this? We go around and keep hitting their patrols until the owl returns with help. But we scout out where the slaves are and keep an eye on the slaves, and if we ever see an opportunity to rescue them, we rescue them immediately.
We also lose our best scout if we send the all away.
That is true.
That's part of the risk. I'd say a few days without scouting, aid from a scout is, and then the possibility of aid coming in is far more better than us trying.
Like I said, I would much rather know what's happening here first before we send for help.
That's why we have scurry.
Yeah, and
Can any of you talk to animals? I have a rat.
No.
Can you talk to animals?
No.
I don't think you have any druid or ranger types, right?
No.
What is this druid and rangers types you speak of? We don't know those. Those don't exist in this campaign.
I mean, they exist in the world, just not in this campaign. Not yet, anyway.
We'll find
We
one.
still have a sixth player who I'm hoping I can recruit at some point. You guys just have to yell at them to take all the knowledge and.
Hey, this is what we're lacking in a group. We really need you to cover this. For the love of God, I know it doesn't make sense. We need arcane, we need nature, and we need survival. What class can get all that? I don't know.
There's just like some hermit living in the hills here. It's like, what are these guys
find
doing? Just bumbling around.
We don't fucking know.
Right.
Surviving, I think.
But also,
go ahead.
If we were to free the slaves, I don't know if they'd be able, like, we can't really herd them all the way back to Chaur without getting, like, heckled on the way out.
That's a risk. I mean, like I said, any person that's enslaved is not going to would rather fight than die laying down. You've already been lost all your free will.
Not necessarily the case, but
I mean, if you had the opportunity to fight for your freedom, would you not?
well, I would as someone who knows how to fight, but a lot of these people are just farmers. Can I ask the farmer what he thinks?
What are you asking him exactly?
Like if we were to free them, would they fight? Or would they be able to fight?
Well, a lot of the slaves are people they captured in Chaur from the farmlands. I knew some of them. There are also other slaves with them that I did not recognize. There's probably some. They probably do have some fighting ability with a more simplified weapon like a spear or a club. And I think some of the people captured may actually be warriors and soldiers. So I think it would vary from person to person. The trick might be to get them. Or go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So you would say that the trick would be getting them armaments and weaponry so they can fight, because fists and feet against the hobgoblin blade is going to mean a lot of dead people.
For real.
Nalo punches the grass for 0 damage.
The grass punches back for 10.
Eh.
But what are the numbers compared to what?
So while I was in the camp, there were okay. So he would say, so there's a couple of places that I was taken. There's, as I said, the camp to the east. And their main encampment, where most of them are, is a mine, sort of in the mountains, where they kept us in the evening. And they would march us back during the day to dig in the camp. And then at night we would sleep in the caverns. And they had probably around 30-ish people who I've seen within the cave that they were using as slaves.
And how many how many guards were there at night during the caves?
The caves were packed. There were quite a few hobgoblins there at night, those who weren't guarding the area. So the caves or the mine or whatever you want to call it where they are, it would be really difficult to sneak in or out of there without being discovered because there were lots of hobgoblins in there.
Were they Were you guys lightly guarded or more or less guarded during the day when you all were out working?
The camps are so the camps have walls, or the camp that I was at had a wall. It wasn't heavily guarded. There was probably about it varied, but the lowest I saw were 2 or 3. The most I saw were 8 or 9 at the camp while we were working.
So I say we go to that camp and keep an eye on it for a few nights, and when their numbers are lower, we attack and release those, and we start to arm them as best as we can and find the ones that were willing to fight and able to fight and start to rally the forces and hit all these camps individually.
He says, I don't know
How
how many
hobgoblins work?
I don't know how many camps there were. It seemed like they are looking for something here because they had us all digging.
All right, well, let's try and find the camp that you were at. See if we
nods.
can, find something out about that one.
All right.
I do want to ask though, how did you escape?
He said one of the nights they were bringing us to the cages, and I saw the gate was open, and before they could bind me, I just ran for it, and I got out, and they chased me through the woods, but I managed to avoid them at first until their scouts, their orc scouts, caught my trail, and that's when they caught up with me. Several days of tracking me. They probably would have caught me too. Luckily, you all were there to help me.
I'm just wondering, does anybody know how hobgoblins are structured? Because what
just
if our
within this
Zerks were to challenge for leadership?
They probably wouldn't let you take over the company because it is a lot of it is mercenary and it's about making gold, and there's no reason for them to think you would be a better leader than their current warlord. Most likely.
You're
Unless
thinking
the
of
warlord is dead.
Yeah, unless they're really pissed off at the warlord and they think you would do better, but they have no reason to think that.
You're thinking of orcs.
Yeah,
Poison
they're
the food.
barbarian tribes are generally more based on, well, some of them are more based on power, some of them are based on family. You would guess if this is a mercenary group, it's probably based on like loyalty and how much money can be made for the troops and how well they're treated. Generally, hobgoblin, and I don't think anyone has nature, so you wouldn't know much about how hobgoblin society works.
Yeah.
All right, so let's try and free one of those camps then. Strengthen our numbers, diminish theirs. Maybe we can make it look like the slaves are.
You setting up one of your crime scenes again?
It
looks like-
it's gonna be canon.
The slaves, yeah. Scurry's like a crime scene guy. It's like
Scurry-
CSI.
It seems like the slaves all of a sudden had to manufacture guns and just killed them all.
Yeah. The slave was shot.
They somehow
by-
got a key.
Yeah,
They got a
exactly.
cannon.
Alright, so you're heading east from here?
One thing too, though, because I think it's interesting. They have all these digging sites, but their big leader probably doesn't reside at any of them. I'd imagine he's probably at a different place. So we'd have to figure out where he is eventually.
So the
And
farmer would
leave the
say,
mine.
if I had to bet, I would say he's in the mines with the majority of the troops. I've never seen him. I've heard that he is a very well armored hobgoblin with a sword that radiates lightning energy.
Sounds like me. I'm going to have a new toy soon. I looks at all the armors and weapons, shield on his back. I'm gonna have so many toys.
All right, so yeah, what are you all gonna do?
Oh, well,
Alright.
let's head away, like just in the opposite direction of this camp. Like,
Or we'll have the farmer lead us to where his camp is
Big side is, yeah.
and have the owl scout ahead for now.
All right, so are you going to what path are you gonna take? You gonna like go along the path here, more to the south? How do you
I'm
want to
thinking
do
we
it?
just go straight this way, try to keep away out of the line of sight.
Well, that's
But,
west if you're going that way. East.
But I
would be-
think then we go around like
Oh, so you're gonna do like
after-
a wide berth?
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give a wide berth.
All
That's
right.
what I
If we,
think.
if we see any scouting parties on the way, though, we're gonna ambush them. I think, right?
Oh,
Yeah, if we do
100%.
see anything, keep an eye out.
All right. So the plan is to go very far south, then start heading east, just so you stay away from the main encampment.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that'll take longer, but it will reduce the danger. So you kind of come down here, and actually you can leave the map if you want to make yourselves even safer. But again, you're adding time to your travel.
We're fine with
We'll
that balance.
stay in the
between-
map.
All right, give me a d20 roll before I start your journey too.
Oh no! The toe.
All right, so you come down this way. You're headed along this way. When you would see to the north, it looks like the wolf pack, possibly, that attacked you last night. They don't seem to be moving towards you. You're not sure if they even see you, but you would notice them. Do you want to do anything or keep going?
No,
Or me,
Scurry.
guys?
Down, Scurry. Bad Scurry. Don't you dare, Scurry.
Hey, can I knock
Let's
one out
keep
and
going.
shove it down its throat and make it my friend?
Sorry, what?
Are you trying to tame a wolf?
Taming a wolf would probably require animal handling. I'm not sure if anyone
On
has
Ark,
that.
it just requires brute force. And food.
On what?
On an arc.
On Ark.
Basically, you
Oh.
you knock animals out and shove meat down their throat, and they're your friend again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause-
you'd probably need to know a little bit about training them and stuff for.
I swear, Laquine's gonna knock him out and just like carry around this limp body till we get back to Chaur.
May
You
I remind you guys that Zaquine is the one that was completely against our ogre taming fucking session.
Exactly. We tried that way, and it didn't work.
Alright, so when you get to this point, you would actually see a group of ogres moving through the area up here.
How
Again,
many?
how many? What's your perception? 15?
14.
14?
15, no.
So from this distance, you would guess there are another 2 moving along the path.
No, we did fine with that last time. What y'all think?
I mean, I just don't want to get spotted by that tower.
This is true.
And also, they don't have nearly as much money, I'd feel. Maybe they do.
Oh no, they're worth 30 gold ahead. Remember?
I mean,
But then again, it's just reducing the damage they can do in the long run when the siege happens.
True.
But they seem to be close. I don't think we'll be able to cut them off in time before they get into range of that tower.
Yeah, you would have to rush at them, so it wouldn't be you couldn't ambush them because you couldn't stealth up there. They're moving too quick.
Nope. I say we carry on until we find a group.
Yeah, leave him for now.
Okay. So you continue on as the ogres move along to do whatever they were doing. You come along the south here, and actually this area is pretty quiet. Give me a d20 roll.
All right, Scurry. I need a 3.
Alright, let me
give
see.
Let me give it 3.
Hey.
Okay. So you continue moving this way, kind of looping up over here. There's a little bit of a cell phone ring.
It's time to
Then
leave.
one of the hobgoblins calls their cell phone, be like, "Where you at, bro?"
I'm at the spot, you know. Come on.
Alright, so as you get up this way, you would notice that there is a cave sort of in this area here, and a very large bear.
Do you want to tame that too, Zach?
Shoves some
How big is this bear?
meat down its gullet.
the bigger the better. Let's tame it, boys.
I'm all for battle bear.
It does look like it has some cubs with it, but it's pretty far
Oh
away still.
no!
Hey, kill the big bear. Steal one of the cubs.
Does that
It's the one from Arctic Conan.
Yep. She has a thing for kidnapping babies.
All
I
right.
like kidnapping babies. It's great.
Are we really gonna try and fight
So-
this bear?
That's the quote of
try
the
and
game
steal
right
it,
there.
cubs.
I like kidnapping babies. It's great.
It called you a pussycat, so I mean, it's up to you.
We have to see if it has any money on it. Maybe it's crying gold for some reason.
So you're
You gotta loot the bear
You're,
for bear intestines, and it has none.
your farmer friend seems a little bit weirded out by this conversation as you talk about looting the bear.
How many cubs are there?
There are 2 cubs with it.
I am all for this
Triple
idea.
kill.
We can have a two battle bears with us in this party.
Too many
The bear-
bears.
and we'll have to name the party the Bear Brigade.
Lads, may I remind you that we could barely feed ourselves on the journey here. We almost starved to death.
No, dude.
Now you want to feed 2 hungry cubs.
This is
Well,
exactly
we'll
why
feed
we
him
bring
grain,
the
dude.
cubs.
This
There's
is
extra rations in
this
case
is
of
like this is the ideas group. Everyone's got ideas, and they're like, "Wait, how do we do this? I don't know."
we,
I don't know.
we keep
So wait, how do we train bears? I don't know, but we got bears now.
we have emergency rations, and in worst case scenario, we give him to Shock, and he'll figure it out.
I mean,
We'll
Yeah,
eat the bear.
bears.
We'll eat the bear cubs. That's all right.
Exquisite meat. It's baby
We,
meat.
we can feed it. It's mom.
It's like clubbing a baby seal. It's like we need food. Bah. No.
We have to leave it up to Twitch chat. Does the baby cubs get spared, or do they get?
Yeah, ask Twitch. What does Twitch think? So, do you want to actually engage this bear, or are you? What are you thinking?
Let's head around it.
does the bear seem like strange? Does it look like a grizzly bear, or does it look more?
Yeah, it looks like a brown bear. It's. I mean, you have no real nature knowledge, so you wouldn't know too much about them. I
We
mean,
really need this player.
you. I mean, I guess bears are fairly common, so if you want, you can make a nature check. Maybe someone knows something, even without nature knowledge. Which I
Does
think-
anyone have any intelligence? I could check, but
Any what?
I got a little something.
So yeah, I mean, you would know that you've heard stories that bears with cubs are especially hostile, and you have to be really careful around them. They're very protective. Other than that, bears with a 15, bears generally can be trained, especially if you get them young, but you have no idea how you would do that.
So the bears are very easily trained. If we just need to kill the mother and take the bears.
I didn't say easily trained. I said they can be trained.
They don't know this, and I'm lying to them.
Oh, they're easy to train?
Roll
Yeah.
deception, will you? I'm rolling insight.
I will gladly roll deception for this bullshit.
Sure, you can roll a deception.
Good luck.
Xerxes.
And I will
Very convincing.
all right, guys,
Ourselves battle bears.
let's go, baby.
This is gonna be awful.
All right. Do you want to go? Do you want to go fight or rush at this bear who's just hanging out with her cubs?
It's a
I
wonderful
think
day to be a bear.
I think we should maybe have one person walk up and then taunt them, and then come back to the rest of the party to get the bear to come at us. Or...
Oh, and at this point, you do see there are trees to the north of you, with it looks like some smoke coming up from them. And the farmer would tell you that's where the camp is, basically up here in the woods.
I could try and lead this bear to the camp,
But then it's gonna possibly kill the slaves.
but
Or
it will kill the
itself.
hobgoblins.
No, but we endanger the cubs. We have to save the cubs at all costs.
Exactly. Priority.
The camp has a wooden gate around it, so the bear most likely wouldn't be able to get in. The farmer says.
Damn it.
All right.
All right, I'll tell the farmer to go get some ways away. This might get ugly.
How do you do emotional damage to a bear?
Magic, boys. Just send me in.
I'm gonna steal your babies.
Okay.
Oh,
I
fuck's
guess.
sake, guys.
I
I'm
guess
doing this.
as soon as
Yeah.
I'm in range, I'm gonna cast vicious mockery at the bear.
Alright, so hang on. Let me find a battlefield.
The DM's like-
Jesus
he's like, "You fucking
Christ.
idiot."
Just disappointed. Just the disappointment. All right, let me find one.
You know what?
This is what happens when you give
Unfair
players
that
free
you're
will.
getting your Pooh Bear,
This
and I'm
big
not getting my
adventure
Adara.
planned out. Let's talk about this bear here that we randomly came upon with a random encounter.
As a
on.
DM, you should know that if you put anything in front of a party that's mildly interesting, we're gonna gravitate towards it.
It's a bear. Why is it mildly interesting?
Little bears, apparently.
Battle bear.
Battle bear.
It's a battle bear, apparently. All right.
Yo, has anyone here watched like Invincible?
I have
Not
not.
even- yeah,
It looks
yeah.
interesting though.
Like
It's really
Battle
good.
Beast. We have
Yeah.
Battle Beast 2.0, boys.
Battle bear instead. We'll have 2 battle bears.
All right, hang on. Let me get this going. So you are approaching this creature from the west here. It is daylight, so let me turn on daylight.
Ends up being a druid. It's just in bear form.
Arr. I've had that happen before.
Level 20 druid. Oh, it's a TPK. We're done.
Well, I'm not that
So,
mean.
Speaking
Why would a level 20
logistically,
B
we-
druid just be sitting here with a bunch of baby bears?
I mean, because it's a druid. He can do whatever the fuck it wants at level 20, honestly.
Is there like is that like his children? Did he make a bunch of little druids who turned into baby bears?
Pretty much. Why not? You're a druid at level 20. Who cares? Nobody can stop you, pretty much.
Fair
Unless a
enough.
level 20 wizard comes along. That's the only thing that could probably threaten you a little bit.
Alright, so Tal Tal is here.
And we know level 20 wizards wouldn't even leave their castle.
Scurry,
Wizard tower.
Nallo, Zerks. Tal has been quiet about all this. He's just like sighing, like, "Oh my god! All right, I guess we're fighting a bear."
Scurry, if you do that, there has to be squirrels in this army. I'm just saying.
So the brown bear is kind of over here, chilling with its cubs. So you're moving up and casting. Well, actually, as you approach this thing, it does begin to growl a bit, and it is going to start moving towards the group. What do you all want to do?
I'm gonna stand in front of I'm gonna stand in front of this and of the party and have dodge action prepared.
All right. At this point, yeah, give me initiative rolls.
Like I'm always gonna try and take that position in front.
That's fine. To see why it's not whispering with my new monsters here.
Oh.
Hey. Nope, we don't need to see that.
Uh-oh. I'll clip that really quick.
See what?
You popped up the bear stats.
Oh, it's not. It's this keen smell. It's fine. Yeah, you can pretend you don't know that. That's fine. So that's what it looks like. Initiative. All right. So let's see. First act as this bear is approaching is Nallo. So the creature is growling, moving threateningly. Looks like it wants you to go away.
And I will do the opposite.
Yeah, I know.
You degenerate sometimes.
I know.
I will walk up. Let's see how far I can go. I guess can I go 0.4 feet over my walking range? Am I allowed to do that?
Well, you're on here.
Oh, okay.
You're on the square. If you're not on the
Oh,
square,
let's
you
go,
can
let's
just
go.
move yourselves to put yourself on the square.
Where are the bear
But-
cubs?
They're back here. They're behind it. They're not coming with her. They're just kind of chilling.
And am I within 60 feet? Oh, let's go, boys. Pog champ. Alright, I will call her a bad mother and tell her that I'm calling CPS.
All right. Do you have a spell description for me?
Oh, yes, I got you.
All right. So you start saying these words, and the creature will try to resist. Wisdom save rolls a 4, so it is affected, taking 1 point of damage and becoming kind of enraged as it sees you and feels pain and just roars angrily. Anything else?
That'll be it.
Alright, so the creature is going to rage and start rushing at you.
Oh, I didn't roll initiative yet. Let me do that.
Yeah, that's fine. So it is going to double move, rushing up at you. Luckily for you, it had 5 extra feet, so it could not attack just yet. Alright, so that's it for the brown bear. Zaquine.
Oh, lordy. Well, it looks like I can just barely get there.
Barely.
And I guess we're fighting a bear.
Actually,
down.
sorry, hang on a sec. Let me check something. Because the map, I don't know if you actually have 30 feet with the diagonals. Yeah, it's not set. So I try now, because I think it wasn't counting the diagonal movement. I think you might not be able to get to it right away.
I can get there. I'll just dash as a bonus action.
Oh, right, thief thing. Alright, so you rush up using your
cheated.
bonus and attacking it.
Yep.
Alright, so you stab at this poor bear as it is going for Nalo.
I want to roll to see if I can find gold. You find 5 gold pieces on it for some reason.
15 would strike as you get it off guard and sneak attack it. So give me some damage. 11, it turns angrily towards you, roaring as you stab it. Zerks.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can get to here, right?
Yeah, you circle the thing as it's going for Zach.
I'm gonna take a swing. Maybe.
15 would strike. Slashing him for 7 points of damage. Or her, I guess. It would look wounded at this point. Anything else?
That will be it for me.
Alright, Tal.
I'm gonna look at Scurry, roll my eyes.
I was like, what are we doing?
Walk up and just, I don't know, try to put it down.
This is XP grinding. What are you talking about?
10 unfortunately would not be enough, and it would dodge the attack.
Yeah, I didn't really care enough.
Yeah, your heart's not in this. You're like, you're examining your life choices right now. Scurry, what are you doing?
Your god is
What?
not very happy with you.
if I were to dash with action and bonus action, I should be able to get through its cubs. Alright. I won't though. I'll bonus action dash. I'll get behind it and I will stab it.
Alright,
Yes.
so you flank it, getting around the other side. Oh yeah, 25 would strike as you stab this thing in the back. For 13, and it's looking, or 12.
12.
And it's looking badly wounded, but it is still up. Nalo.
I will
Brown Bear was
Go.
not ready for the party of adventurers.
party.
I was just having a day out with the
This is-
god.
yeah.
Why?
Spin around in a
This
circle.
is a bad neighborhood. A bunch of adventurers came to town. Alright,
The
go
bad
ahead, Nalo, sorry.
I'll spin around in a circle and cast prestidigitation and blow confetti in its face.
Okay. You confuse the bear a bit. Anything else?
That'll be it.
Alright, so it is gonna turn towards I think Zaquine hit it the hardest. Or Scurry, I forget.
Does it still have disadvantage too from the vicious mockery?
It does. Or wait.
Okay.
No, it doesn't,
was-
because that was last round. So it
Last
does.
round, yeah.
Okay, until it's next turn.
I think it's gonna go for Zaquine. Here, I'll just roll for it. Yeah, it's gonna go for Zaquine. So it does a bite and a claw attack, roaring. 15 versus AC, I think would hit you, right?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Arr. So it bites you for 8 piercing. And then it claws at you. Oh, 20 versus AC. Not a crit, but it would connect with its claw, doing 11 slashing.
I'm down, and one of those
So
bear cubs are mine.
Zaquine is down as this thing's roaring at her, just clawing at her body. She is unconscious from the pain, dropping her things and getting a level of exhaustion, unfortunately. Alright, next up is Zaquine. I need a death save.
Uh-oh.
Alright,
Oh,
how do I
shit.
roll one of those?
D20. There should be a button for it on your character sheet.
A D20 plus your con modifier, right?
It's just D20. And if you have any bonuses to saving throws, like with a cloak of protection or something. If you don't see a button, just roll a D20. It's fine.
Yeah, I didn't see one on there, so let's.
Are you using? Oh, that's fine. All right. So you fail the first one, slipping towards death as the pain is overwhelming you, but you are still alive for now. Zerx, your ally is being mauled by this thing as she's on the ground. What are you doing?
I'll move over here. Action. I'll cast Cure Wounds on her.
Alright, so you quickly move around her using Cure Wounds. Let's go ahead and... Alright, so Zach, you are awake at 5 as this creature is sitting over you, roaring, but you are no longer dying.
Okay, well, I'm just going to make sure that everybody's aware that one of those bear cubs is mine.
Tal, what are you doing?
Thinking about healing the bear.
I think you'd become the next target.
Tal is questioning his allegiances a little.
But I'm just gonna
It's like,
half-heartedly swing my mace again.
You live long enough to see yourself become the villain. 15 would strike as you bring your mace down upon this poor bear defending itself. Bap! It just falls over dead.
Good job, Tal. You're the champion.
Quick, Scurry, go get those bear cubs.
He's gonna have to wrestle the bear cub now.
The bear cubs seem a little horrified. They might be running away at this point.
They don't know this.
But you can indeed try to run after them and grab them.
You don't need both of them. Just get one of them at least.
Hey, I'm running after him too. One of those is mine. I claim the cutest one.
All right. So you run after one. Or go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I assist Zach if she's prone.
Well, she can get up and go run after one.
Okay.
Are any of you running after any of the others?
No, there's I'm gonna.
I'll follow Zaquine, but I'm slow, so I'll just be behind her, I guess.
Before she runs off, I'm gonna give her 5 more hit points because I feel like she's gonna hurt herself.
So it looks like they're running towards the nearby cave that probably they came from. So, yeah, you would get the one for sure, and the other two would probably run into the cave.
Oh, there's 3?
Or sorry,
thought
no, yeah, there was 2. I thought there were 3 for some reason. So yeah, the other one would run into the cave nearby.
I think I can catch up with it, considering I have so much movement
Yeah.
before it can get into the cave.
No! Zoom!
So you're trying to grab it then?
Yeah, I'll grapple it.
All right. So the bears struggle a little, but you know they're bear cubs, so they don't put up much of a fight.
So,
and you would
I really-
capture both of them.
I really hope the new character's a druid, and all of a sudden we throw these 2 bear cubs and say, "Train these for us."
Hey, Shock! We got some bear cubs. Can you
Shock, and know
try?
any people who can speak
Shops
bear?
like ogres, bear cubs. You guys are weirdos.
Do it. Yeah, give me some time.
All right. So
I'll figure it out.
There's a cave over here in the hills. that you discover. Yeah, it doesn't seem like anyone was privy to the attack on the bear, so the group is still undiscovered. What do you want to do?
I'd say we go and explore the cave and then camp out there for the day.
Also-
I wait for Daddy Bear to get home.
Daddy Bear, bears don't know. That's not how it works. Daddy Bear just leaves and tells Mama to take care of it all.
Look,
and
none of
then-
you have nature training. You have no idea how it works.
I got that. I got that.
Exactly.
I got that 15. I got that 15.
That's sure. That's true. You did roll, so maybe you'd know that. Yeah, they don't actually do that. All right.
Can I search the dead body? I'd like.
No, the bear doesn't have anything.
Can I take its pelt?
I'm not even gonna roll for that. It doesn't have any possessions. You can try to butcher it.
Okay.
This bear had a magical sword. No, it doesn't have anything.
It's Excalibur. Dibs.
Want the bear pelt.
All reason I'm on this quest. Dibs.
Yeah. Who can pull the sword out from the back?
So yeah, to get a bear pelt, you could probably use survival. I'd say up to 2 of you can work together to do it.
Somebody else should take it. I'm not very good.
So
Well, I'm
Nalo,
holding a bear cub, so.
Actually, no. I have a +2.
you also have disadvantage right now because you have exhaustion from being beat up by the bear.
There we go.
All right, so Zerx, you work with Nalo. Nalo's not doing very well,
I'm
but
just stabbing it with a knife.
yeah.
No,
How
no,
does this
no.
work?
No, stop. Let me. And I start like slowly, gently pushing him out the way and guiding him like it's a learning lesson and teaching
It
him.
is, it is a large creature, so it does take some time. I'll say a half hour passes. It's probably about 10:30 in the morning by now. But you do manage to get a decent bear pelt and probably 7 or 8 days worth of meat.
Bear.
Because when I carry the bear pelt, it's quite heavy.
All right. I'll give you the bear pelt.
Yeah, I'd say the bear pelt probably weighs like 20, 30 pounds. It's not light.
How
I
much?
put it in the party treasury, but
How much?
there you go.
How much?
Carry
does weigh?
Sorry, what?
How much? You said it was 20 pounds.
Let's say 30 pounds. Bears are pretty big, yeah. The food itself is not, I mean, it's probably the same as maybe rations, like maybe a couple of pounds per day. When it's 8 days, maybe like 16, 20 pounds.
So how much is this bear?
How much? What do you mean?
Can I put this baby bear in my inventory?
Oh, I mean, where are you just gonna put it in your backpack? Like, how are you? It's like it's probably flailing around. I would assume you tied it up or something, like you put a rope around it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I can carry that.
It's definitely it's gonna be hard to just move like around with this bear cub. It's not like you can just hold it in your hands or in your backpack.
Okay. We have to get like something to put on the maw, and then maybe a leash, maybe some like gloves so it doesn't
Yeah, I mean,
closs it up.
you all have rope, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we could say if someone has 50 feet of rope, you could use that to tie up the 2 cubs. And, like, just tie around their neck or something, like a leash.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna sound absolutely horrible for saying this, but it's not much worse than murdering the mother. Like, keeping both of them is a little difficult. Maybe we should just choose the cutest one and off the other one.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That is horrible. That's worse. Which one of you gets to live and which one of you gets to die? Who's the cutest one of them stays alive?
It sounds bad, but it's not much worse than just how he murdered the mother that was taking care of these two.
Just the camera that the DM has on right now, just his face he's making.
It's like, I have a...
Not mad, more just disappointed.
Wait,
Yeah.
you can't tell me that we're the worst party ever so far. You've had crazier ones.
I didn't say anything. You guys are judging yourself right now.
I mean, your expressions say a mountain.
I don't know what you're talking about. So, I mean, it looks like at this point the bears just are cowering in the cave. You would guess that they would probably stay here. I mean, you could just leave them here and maybe try to feed them.
Yeah.
We might want to
Feed
like
them
tie
their
them to
mother,
a
I
take
guess.
and then slowly just give them
I say we leave all the deer meat and the wolf meat for them to eat, and then we will return in a few
Well,
after the
So
excursion.
you ate
thought
most of the deer meat and wolf meat last night. You do have a day's worth, which would probably feed the two of them, because they're not very big.
Yeah.
That's it. I say we do that, and then we're not feeding them their mother before you even think about it now, though.
Do bears eat?
Meat.
We have to draw the line somewhere.
Okay.
I didn't expect it to be drawn there. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
I thought we
What
go
about all
a bit
that grain?
further,
Do
but
we like feed them grain?
So if you give them, so you said you're giving them the deer meat.
Yes.
yeah, the 1-day ration.
So give me animal handling, which I think untrained is like, what is that, wisdom or is that intelligence? Let me see.
Wisdom.
I believe
Wisdom.
it's wisdom.
So yeah, I'll say someone can use wisdom to try to feed them. Okay. So yeah, Nalo, you go up and they're definitely cowering and afraid of you, but you kind of put the meat down carefully, and they slowly kind of go up and just start eating it. But they're still very wary of the group. Maybe they're a bit more comfortable around Nalo with that role. Scurry's in like CSI mode. Bear cubs. The perfect
They don't
crime.
So,
Alright.
we need to change. Just become the crime squad.
Alright, so yeah, what is the group gonna do? The bears are they're still kind of freaked out. They're eating. You're in this cave now, which seems like it was their den. There's some bones around. Nothing treasure-wise, obviously. It's just a bear cave.
Okay.
They make a totem out of bones and then pray to a god somewhere.
There is no god in Bear Cave. Alrighty.
Okay, but for real though, we should probably like check out the camp. But like, are the bears tied to a stake now, or what do we do?
So you had them kind of tied on leashes. If you want, you can try to tie them to like I don't know, maybe if you have a pole or something. Otherwise,
I've
you
got
would
the stakes from the tent that you could.
yeah, you could probably tie them to something. We'll say.
They've got nowhere else to go. We can leave them here. They'll stay if they've got food.
Yep, I said that's what I say. We leave the bears here and we go scout this camp out and see what the numbers look like right now.
We should probably. Can they see their mother from the cave, or is the mother like out of sight, out of mind?
Well, I mean, the mother is in your backpacks as butchered meat right now and health, so they probably can't see her very well.
But like, there'd still be like a skeleton left.
Yeah,
right?
there's
But, like, that's a
probably
ways away.
sure. Yeah, there's a corpse outside. They
But
can't
can they
see
see
it
it?
from here.
Okay,
This is-
okay.
Yeah, no, the cave is kind of on the inside of the hill here, so there's not a very good view from the cave anywhere.
He wants to keep the PTSD levels as a minimum. He doesn't want to
Yeah.
get any worse.
Yeah, that's
They
fine.
might be,
sure.
they might be a bit scarred if they just see and smell their dead, like massacred mother.
It's in our backpack. So they smell it. They know.
They
Oh, they
know. Yeah.
They know what happened.
And they're waiting for their revenge. DM's thinking like, how do I make these the V-Bag evil guys? Two
Yeah,
bear
level
cubs.
20, the bear twins. They become
They come back late
golems
game.
or something.
They're like awakened and shit.
Yeah.
We come back to the location of the cave. It's just gone. This giant crater. We're like, uh-oh.
Berserkers.
They're Super Saiyan
Well-
screaming coming from inside.
We're getting kind of close to the end point, but
Yeah.
what do you want to do? Do you want to do anything before we call it for the day?
No, I say we just take a long. Take a long rest and start up fresh on the next campaign. Next team.
Probably. And we should probably take the bear
Well,
cubs with us and
it's-
have someone.
So
That was
it's
the only-
it's still pretty early in the day. It's
Oh,
only
okay.
like 10:30 in the morning. You
Oh,
could
yeah,
take a
definitely.
short rest maybe, but I mean, I guess you could
Yeah.
just sit here all day if you want.
No, we need to take a short rest because Zach is exhausted. She did go down.
All right, so why don't we do a short rest now, and we'll end there. So you take watches, you do a short rest. Inside the cave, you have very little chance of being discovered. No, you are not discovered. Go ahead.
How long is a short rest?
It's
An hour.
So would it be possible to like try and go hunting, or would it not be like feasible?
So hunting is generally survival. you just gonna? How would you go hunting? Just like walk around and look to gather something, or?
I would look around for like maybe small. Actually, no, I don't have a bow, and it sounds kind of just throwing darts at the wildlife. Yeah, I don't know. I'll stay. I'll stay.
I
And
mean,
rest.
you do have war darts. They would do some damage.
I've got a bow and I'll longbow. I'd
All
join.
right,
I'd help.
I guess. Okay, yeah. So me and Zerx, I guess
berries
we'll
if you
go.
want, or some
We'll
fruit.
go hunting for small game.
Yeah, kind of gathering, hunting. So give me a survival check. Anyone who wants to go looking around the hills.
Oh,
Okay.
hey.
So you don't really find any, or you don't hunt any meat, but Nalo, you do come across a group of like wild berries that is probably safe to eat.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
the bear cubs. Not for us.
I'm also
okay.
like not caring if it's safe to eat.
It's probably
I'm gonna
this
purify it
looks right.
anyway.
This looks fine.
Well, better us than them.
All right. Well, I guess we can have Tal purify it, and we'll give it as
Kill
dessert
the
to the cubs.
kill the
There we
bear
go.
cubs with poison berries.
DM, how could you?
Hey, I didn't do anything. You guys are doing all this. So Tal, did you say you're trying to purify them just to be safe?
Before we eat them, yes.
All right. So you cast purify on them. What's your wisdom, Nalo?
My wisdom. It's like naturally.
Yeah, modifier. I mean,
Three.
3.
Plus 3.
All right. So there are actually quite a bit of berries there. If you spent some time picking them, so you didn't really rest. You were more doing that. So you got 6 days worth of food. That was quite a haul.
And just berries. Okay.
Yeah, lots of berries. You filled your sack with them. You don't know how long they'll stay good, but you do have a bunch more food now.
Alright,
I see.
this will keep the bear cubs happy.
And
I'm-
does Tal like perform purify on all of them or just on the ones?
Yeah, I think
Uh,
I can do like a cubic meter or something.
Oh
which
yeah,
would be
so
enough.
yeah, you would easily get all of them then. That's a lot. So yeah, you do your purify, and you think if these were poisonous, they should be fine now.
Okay. Do they taste good? I'll taste one. Do they? like
Yeah,
alright?
they're a little tart, but a little sweet as well. Definitely better than the burnt meat you were eating last night. So
Okay,
it's a step up.
I think I'll.
5 tier, so it's yeah.
As long as Tal doesn't like feel too bad that his efforts like went to like feeding the bear cubs, I'll give the bear cubs like 3 days rations just of like berries and a nice neat
Just
pile.
leave a pile there, all right? Like
Yeah.
dog food for them. All right, so you leave some food there for them, 3 days worth, so go ahead and minus 3 days. Yeah, why don't we do some MVP votes? And then wrap here, and next week we can continue the quest of saving people and training bear cubs now, secondary objective.
We really need a druid.
I mean, I could potentially learn to speak to animals.
What was the command again in Roll20?
It is this. Alright, that's
I
one
sent you a
more.
message on Discord since I am.
More heathens.
Yep.
Darn it. Alright, that's one. So. Oh, I think Nalo, almost unanimous, is MVP. Congrats.
Oh, I didn't even vote yet. Okay, well,
Just vote for yourself at this
At
point.
this
There we
point, no
go.
one else can win. You can't vote for yourself.
let's go.
So Nalo, congrats. You get your inspiration point. Yeah, I guess we can wrap here.
Do those expire every week, or do they kind
No,
of?
you can have up to 10 of those.
Okay.
And
I
you
believe
can
I have
use them.
4.
Yeah, you can use them to get advantage on a
All right.
roll. Go ahead.
I do have to go. I do have to leave now, so talk to you guys later. Had a fun session. All right.
Thank you.
See ya, bro.
Bye.
Take care.
Now you gotta save all of those inspiration points for the bear cubs training.
Okay, I will
cannot fail
only
those.
use them on the bear cubs. Even when you guys are on the brink of death, I'll just like I'll reach down to like pull you up off the cliff and whisper in your ear like
For the bear cubs.
The bear cubs take priority.
And then the bear cubs save us instead.
No, they don't. The bear cubs hate you.
Bear cubs.
You murdered their mother.
No, they only hate Tal. He's the killer. He's the true killer of the bear
The
cubs.
true killer.
Oh.
I'll just slowly groom the bear cubs to only hate Tal, but they'll love me. So.
Give him Stockholm syndrome.
Alright, well, I'm gonna, like I said, take some notes, but if you all have anything...
Take some extensive notes, boys.
Group is a bunch of impossible murder hobos. Probably need to rethink this campaign.
Oh, no, it's fine. This is nothing, trust me.
Oh, I know, it's not. This is mild.
Right now, he's thinking like, all right, so less animal encounters or more animal encounters?
Less baby animals.
Well, you are in nature, so, I mean, there's probably going to be animals, but if you do end up attacking every animal you find, you do increase your chances of being found out at some point, depending on where
By
you...
the druids, the elves?
Or just the hobgoblins might hear a commotion if they're in the area.
Yeah,
But,
they started to struggle to find food too.
But I mean, this was pretty far away from where they were, so you're probably okay.
This could be a little operation point, like where we can hide out at.
Yeah, you do have a cave now, so that's good. This could be a little base.
The bear base.
The bear base.
It's rather bare in here.
In memory of Mama Bear, who gave everything for the. Maybe
The good of the cause.
Maybe you should call your group the Battle Bears now.
The battle bears.
It depends on if they survive. If the
Or
bears survive,
or the Bear Slayers.
The bear slime.
Or,
no,
yeah,
no, I had the perfect name. It's the Bear Brigade.
the Bear
The
Brigade.
bear brigade.
Not one, but two bears. And if we find any more, we're just gonna add to it.
The cub capturers.
So we have to start collecting other species of bear cubs as well.
Or just any cub, like lion cubs.
Oh, don't get Zach started. Please don't get her started.
But as soon as they're no longer cubs, you have to kill them. You have to put them down. Go get new ones.
That's terrible. I think Tal would actually.
That is. I'm sorry.
I think
I'm
Tal would have
sorry.
to intervene at that point. Even
Tal would be like, no.
Tal has left the game.
Tal is just done.
Tal logs out. He's like, I'm done with this.
Wait, what is Are you allowed to know like the alignments of your team members, or is it just something like you can ask
I
in game and they
mean,
can lie about and stuff?
your characters probably don't know. If you want to tell each other, that's up to you.
I see. Okay, so I don't really know Tal's alignment.
I mean, out of character, I can tell you, like, I'm all for, like, I don't care about wildlife that much.
Tal's like,
Tal
Like,
more
one of
likely is
them-
like, why are we doing this?
More
More-
waste of time.
He's like, this is a waste of time. More like, oh no, the bears. He's probably just like, what's the
Like,
point
one
of
of,
this?
one of the prime directives of my goddess is taming nature, so...
so he's got to be all for this.
Taming nature.
That's why he's mad about it, because he's like, God damn it, now I actually have to do this shit, don't I? He's like, no, I actually have to tame these damn bears. No, just hope they don't find out.
We're gonna get like an actual druid. They're gonna come in. They're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, 2 bear cubs, amazing! Where's the mother?" It'll be like,
Something killed her. It was probably the hobgoblins.
yeah. Who knows what happened to the mother?
Those hobgoblins have no respect for nature.
Make sure that bear pelt's really deep into the bag and there's no...
Yeah. What's that bear pelt? Oh, the hobgoblins
from the
left
hobgoblins,
it. It was
too.
weird.
Do you want some meat, by the way? Do you eat meat?
You me.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take off. I got my notes, but yeah, hope everyone had fun, and I'll see you next week.
Good
See
stuff.
ya.
Thank you.
Oh, I still had the stream going. Hope you all enjoyed watching, and yeah, go ahead and follow or subscribe, and hopefully I'll see all of you another time. Take care.